Can an AI chatbot really help with something as serious as depression, or is that just another dangerous tech fantasy? Today we're going deep into how ChatGPT is already changing the way people manage their mental health, the good, the bad, and the surprisingly human side of artificial intelligence. Before we start, quick disclaimer, this is not medical advice. If you're struggling with depression, please reach out to a licensed mental health professional, which you can find in a link in the description. Depression affects over 300 million people worldwide. For men, suicide is the second leading cause of death between the ages of 15 and 44. Yet stigma keeps millions silent. Raised on man up, don't cry, and be strong. Too many build walls instead of asking for help. This is where something surprising enters the story: a chatbot. Let's talk about what ChatGPT really is. ChatGPT is not a human, it's not a therapist, it's an AI trained on billions of words to generate conversations, always available and never judges. Sometimes that's enough for people to open up, because the first step to healing is talking, and too many people don't have a safe space to start. A lot of people are currently using ChatGPT for their mental health. They use it for journaling or just venting their thoughts. If you would like to start but you don't know how, I'm going to give you some examples of prompts that you can use to get started. So let's head to ChatGPT right now. Okay, we're now in ChatGPT. I'm going to ask it to act as a journal for us. So act as a journal. Ask me 3 reflective questions about my day. Okay, and then we just press enter. So you can see it gives you the 3 questions that it will ask you each day. So number 1 will be, what was the most meaningful or enjoyable moment of your day and why did it stand out to you? Number 2, did you face any challenges today? How did you respond to them and what did you learn from the experience? Number 3, looking back, what's one small action you took today that you feel proud of or that aligns with your bigger goals? So it basically gives you a lot of good questions that you need to answer. And if you don't really like these questions or you want to change it up, you can always ask it to change it for you. So like, let's go with, I don't like some of these questions. You can say it feels too invasive or it feels too difficult. Let's go with invasive, I think is a bit too much. Let's go with difficult. It feels too difficult. Okay, so it gave me 3 simpler questions. So like, 1, what's one thing that made you smile today? 2, did you do something today that helped you relax or feel good? If you could describe your day in 1 word, what would it be? So those, I think, are much more simpler questions to begin with and a good way to start. It goes on further to say, would you like me to always keep the questions this simple or mix in some slightly deeper ones now and then? So you can then tell it, would you like it to remain the same or would you like it to be slightly deeper in the future? Then let's just say, I would like it to be slightly deeper in the future. Okay, so it gives you a good response. It says, okay, I'll keep them simple enough so they don't feel heavy, but sprinkle in a little depth to help you reflect more meaningfully. And it gives you some examples there of the questions that it could possibly ask you. And it says, would you like me to prepare 3 fresh questions like this for you every evening? So it can give you this for every evening, different sets of questions that you need to answer. So let's say now we have all of our questions and we want to have some kind of template. So let's ask it for a template. Just say, I would like a journal template to use each day to answer these questions. Then we press enter. And there we go. It gives you a simple template that you can use whenever you feel like. And if you also want it to be something that you can put on like maybe a Word document or a PDF, it gives you the option here. So let's say I would like it in a Word document. Okay, then it'll just take a little bit of time to generate it. Okay, it's quite quick actually. And we have the file, so let's open the file. Okay, and there we have the file. It is now on Word, so you can either fill it out in Word or you can even print it out. Then let's go back to the prompt. Okay, then it asks you further, do you want me to also create a multi-page version example for 30 days? So let's say, just say yes. So now it's going to generate you one for the next 30 days. And let's have a look at this one. Okay, we have another one here. Okay, so we see we have a small heading there and it says 30-day guided journal. Then we have day 1, we have day 2, day 3, day 4, and I'm sure it goes all the way up to day 30. So that's a nice way for you to get a nice template by asking ChatGPT. Okay, so let's say you don't want to do journaling. You just want to use ChatGPT to vent your thoughts and for it to help you to develop some kind of guidance for you. So let's go with a prompt like, I feel worthless. Help me to reframe this thought in a healthier way. Let's see what it gives us. I want to remind you that first, that feeling worthless does not mean you are worthless. Here's a gentle reframing you can try. Instead of I feel worthless, reframe to right now, I'm struggling with difficult feelings, but my worth isn't defined by this moment. It goes on further to give you some other advice or some healthier perspectives to carry with you. Your worth isn't measured by productivity or perfection. Even on tough days, you matter simply because you exist. So I think it does a pretty good job. It gives you some kind of reassurances and it gives you a replacement of what you can use instead. Instead of saying, I feel worthless, you can say, right now, I'm struggling with difficult feelings, but my worth isn't defined by this moment. I think it's a really, really good one. And then it goes on further to say, would you like me to give you a few journal prompts to help shift this feeling when it comes up? So obviously it's going based on what we prompted on the above one. So I would advise you to go onto a new chat if you're going to do this and journaling. So have that on 2 separate chats. But we can see what ChatGPT is capable of. And I think it's not something that can help you to fix what you're going through, but it's definitely a tool worth using to get started. And I think it's really, really powerful for that. If you feel like you're never improving, here's everything you need to know for a breakthrough. ChatGPT is free or relatively low cost. If we look at the pricing of ChatGPT, we can see that there's 3 options. We have the free plan, the plus plan, and the pro plan. So the free plan obviously will be free. I think this is more than enough. You don't really need to look at the other 2. I think the free plan will give you everything that you need. The next thing is ChatGPT is stigma-free, so it's never going to judge you. It's just going to help you and guide you. ChatGPT is also available 24/7. It helps people to rehearse before therapy. A blogger admitted that ChatGPT gave them the courage to finally book a therapy session after 2 years of silence. ChatGPT is not a replacement for therapy. It lacks human empathy and intuition. Sometimes it gives you wrong or overly confident advice, privacy concerns, and risk of reliance or delaying real help. AI is a tool, not a savior. Science shows that even simple conversations reduce isolation. A study published on PubMed shows that a chatbot improved mood significantly. 70 individuals between the ages of 18 and 28 years old were recruited from an online community social media site and were randomized to receive either 2 weeks or up to 20 sessions of self-help content derived from CBT principles in a conversational format with a text-based conversational agent, or were directed to the National Institute of Mental Health ebook, Depression in College Students, as an information-only control group. So basically, to put that into simple English, there were two groups. There were two groups of people. One group had a chatbot to speak to. The other group were just given an ebook on how to deal with their depression. And what were the results? The results were surprising. The group that used the chatbot reported less depression after 2 weeks. Why? Because journaling, reframing, and reflection rewire neural pathways. So let's look at some real-life examples. The example I'm going to use is a mother in the US. She asked ChatGPT for bedtime affirmations for her kids, which improved her mood. Okay, so here is the article. It's titled, "Moms are calling this AI tool a lifesaver for mental load they carry every day." I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check out the article. So we can see there's a lot of information here. And if we scroll down, there's even a video. So let's look at how did she actually use it? What did she use it for? So she started giving those tasks to ChatGPT. Now it plans a full week of meals for her kids, which they actually eat, writes grocery lists, suggests age-appropriate birthday gifts, creates daycare and travel packing checklists, offers calm, thought-out responses when she is emotionally overwhelmed. Now you can see this is really, really good because it helps her to plan her daily life and also plan her life for the kids. And she goes on to say here, "When I'm overwhelmed with so much to get done with work and the kids in the house, etc., I'll list it all out and ask the chat to help me be sat on the sofa by X time or in bed by X time. It gives me a full-time to-do list and works every time." So she uses it really, really effectively to help her to plan out the day and to make sure that all the responsibilities are taken care of at a specific time, which is really, really good. How can we use ChatGPT safely? So firstly, it is a supplement, not a substitute. What does that mean? Basically, it does not replace therapy. It's just used as a tool to help you and guide you, but it will never ever replace actual therapy. The next thing is it's used for structured practices. So if you are looking for a structured plan or maybe a routine, something of this sort, it's really helpful for this. It also pairs really well with real therapy when possible. Because if you are going to a therapist and you're using ChatGPT, that's going to help you to fast track your recovery. It also keeps perspective, which is great because if you keep using the same chat to consistently ask it questions, it will start to learn about you and know what questions to ask you and the kind of responses that you're looking for and that are tailored to you. Depression is invisible, but it's everywhere. ChatGPT won't fix it, but it can be a lantern in the dark, a first step toward courage and healing. Share this video with someone who might need it. Comment down below if you struggled silently. And remember, professional help works. This is one tool on the journey, not the destination. I'll see you on the next one.